Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone. So it is now finally March, which means two things. Firstly, the theme park close season is nearly over. We are so close to being able to get back on some credits, getting back to Thorpe Park, Alton Towers, all of the UK parks. I cannot wait. And second of all, it means that I have now been uploading onto this YouTube channel for 3 years now, which is insane. And if you guys remember, right back at the start of the close season, I was saying how I'd never filmed a Q&A before. So in a video back then, I asked you guys to ask me a few questions. A load of you replied with some really great questions, and I tweeted out a few hours ago, and even more of you replied to that. So here it is, guys, my very first Q&A in 3 years on this channel. So let's just get right into it. So our first question comes in from Harvey Morton, and it is, which park was the first you ever visited? Well, I've been going to theme parks pretty much all of my life, really. Back when I was a child, I obviously wasn't as big of a fan of them as I am now. But yeah, my mum always used to take me and my brother to like Chessington, Legoland, Disneyland and all of that lot. So yeah, it was probably Legoland, my first ever park, and then like Disney and Chessington and that lot. So next up, we've got a question from Harry, and I have to admit I do quite like this question. If Storm Surge was removed, what would you like to see in its place? Well, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, Storm Surge is a very controversial ride. I personally would say I'm a fan of the ride experience, but my main problem with Storm Surge is the fact that it's slap bang in the middle of the park, very little theming, and it just looks like a bit of a mess. So I would be very happy if it got removed. Well, not removed, but perhaps moved to a different area of the park, and if theming was to be added to it. But what would I replace it with? Absolutely nothing. I would have a beautiful path stretching up to the Pyramid of Dreams, X of course. If you guys have seen the photos of when X was first ever made, there's a beautiful wide path with theming on the sides, just leading up to the X building, and it looks incredible. So what would I replace Storm Surge with? Absolutely nothing. A nice big path just for the temple. RIP, big up the X fan club. So next up, we've got two very similar questions from Tim Blackburn and Flynn, who both essentially are asking, what made you want to get into vlogging, and is it fun to vlog, and what's your favourite part about YouTube? Well, as you guys can probably tell, I love doing YouTube, and honestly, the main aspect of it that I enjoy is honestly the feedback that I get from you guys and the interactions that I get to have with you guys. Like, whenever I upload a video, I always read the comments like straight away. I might not always reply to them straight away, sorry about that. But I'm always reading the comments, always like tweeting at you guys on Twitter, asking your opinions on stuff. And yeah, honestly, the feedback that you guys give is so sick, and it just keeps me going, really. And I also wouldn't be lying if I didn't say the opportunities that I'm managing to get from YouTube are so sick at the moment. Like, for example, over the past year and the year coming up, I'm going to be traveling to so many different theme parks, filming videos for you guys. But yeah, we're making these videos for you guys so that you enjoy them. I love making them, so yeah, it's just, I really enjoy it, and I can literally not see myself stopping anytime soon, so yeah. Over on Twitter, Toby has asked me, what is your favourite song on the new Thorpe Park soundtrack by I'm a Score? First of all, the whole soundtrack is just pure fire, but the songs that stick out for me personally is obviously A Wave of Light and Sound, Island Sunsets. I'm trying to do this off the top of my head, I should really just have a look. I really like the first song, Welcome to Thorpe Park Resort, that's sick. An Island Like No Other, also sick. Oh, where is it? The Power of 10, that is a fire song, man. Your Fate is Sealed as well, the Big Top Theme. There's so many good songs in it, guys. If you haven't got the Thorpe Park CD yet, I definitely recommend buying it, because I'm always playing it in my car, and I can't wait to drive through the Thorpe entrance and blaring the Big Top music. It's gonna be sick. It's definitely worth investing in, guys, because it's a sick CD. I'm a Score have done such a good job. Big up Jordan and I'm a Score for making the CD happen. It's so sick. Abby asked me, what got you into theme parks / amusement parks? Well, as I said, I've been visiting theme parks for the majority of my life with like my mum and my brother, but I'd never consider myself an enthusiast or anything. I just went because it was fun. But that all changed when I first visited Thorpe Park back in like 2010, 2011 kind of time. and my first ever visit to Thorpe. The only big ride I went on was Colossus, but that was enough to hook me, and once I got that thrill from Colossus, like, I was hooked. I was back at Thorpe Park a few months later, and the rest is history really. From there I started watching theme park vloggers on YouTube, started reading like articles, getting myself into the community, and yeah, it all started from Colossus really, which is weird because I now don't rate Colossus at all, but it was like the ride that I'd say started it all for me. But nah, Thorpe Park is like where it all began for me. It's where my love for theme parks really began. Now next up we've got a question from Chocolate Cake, and I know I'm a bit late to be answering this, but it says opinions on the X update and what will happen with SW8. Now of course we have got announcements for both of these rides. We know that X is being turned into the Walking Dead ride, and we know that SW8 is now Wicker Man. I am super excited for both of these, as you know. If everything goes to plan, I will be getting videos up before these rides have even opened of me experiencing them. So yeah, subscribe to the channel to be notified when those videos get uploaded, because they are going to be mad. But yeah, super excited for the Walking Dead ride. Even though X is gone, I'm still not over it. I am looking forward to the Walking Dead ride. If they can pull off the same level of theming that they had in Living Nightmare in the new ride, which it looks like they are going to, yeah, super exciting. And of course Wicker Man, I wasn't too excited for it a few months ago, but seeing a lot of the stuff that the park have recently been putting out, I'm getting very, very excited for it. And of course that will be opening this month, which is insane. Next up we have got a question from your boy Liam Gesner. He says, have you ever been sick from a roller coaster? Officially no, I haven't, but when I first rode Crush's coaster back when I was like 6-7 years old, I was very nearly sick. We queued up for that thinking it was just like a little kiddie's ride. As you saw in my recent Disney vlog, it's quite an intense coaster, especially for like a 6-7 year old. And yeah, I was very, very nearly sick after doing that for the first time. Maddie Oxley asks, the Swarm or Stealth? Now for me, this is a very, very tricky question, because both of these rides, in my opinion, are sick. I honestly can't pick one, because Stealth gives you such a good adrenaline rush, but it's over quite quickly, whereas the Swarm is more of an overall experience. There's some sick theming. So for ride experience, I'd definitely say Stealth, but overall, like as a package, I'd say the Swarm. That was a bit of a cop-out because honestly, I can't choose between the two. Callum asks, who was your inspiration for YouTube, and have you got any suggestions for channels like mine to grow a bigger audience? Well, first of all, my inspirations for YouTube, back before I was even doing like theme park content, my biggest YouTube inspiration was probably like JackSilkstone. They're not uploading videos anymore, but I used to love their videos back in the day. But in terms of like the theme park content, I would probably have to say it was probably Charm the Whittle and Kieran Adams, because yeah, before I was even friends with them, I was watching their videos. They used to just vlog at Thorpe Park. So yeah, those two were like the biggest inspirations for like the theme park side of things. In terms of any suggestions on how to grow your channel, Callum, just do what you love. Like, you upload theme park videos, man, so just keep at it, keep uploading what you enjoy, and over time people will come and watch it. It's really not easy. I've been doing this for 3 years now and I'm still loving it. So yeah, just stick at it and keep doing what you enjoy, man. So next up we've got a question from Abby, who asked, if you could swap a UK ride with one at Thorpe, which one would you swap? And if you could choose any other theme park to move closer to you, which would you pick and why? Well, first of all, if I could swap a UK ride with one at Thorpe, I would probably pick Nemesis Subterra. I would swap with Darren Brown's Ghost Train, because Nemesis Subterra was a sick ride, like, it was incredible. Hex, probably also swap with Darren Brown's Ghost Train. And if I was to pick a theme park to move closer to me, probably Phantasialand, just because it's my current favourite theme park and it would be sick to not have to get on a plane to go to it. So yeah, Phantasialand. Next up, Frankie asks, where do you see yourself / the channel in 5 years? That is a mad question. Like, it's scary to think what I'll be getting up to in 5 years, but all I'm gonna say is I definitely plan on still being on YouTube. Now, by far the most popular question that was asked for this Q&A, I'll put everyone that asked it on screen right now, but it was, what is your favorite ride? Now I think I'm gonna do my top 10 favorite roller coasters video in the future. So once again, I won't go into it in too much detail, but actually I need to do a bit of explaining first. I've got a top 10 coasters list, and then I've got something called God tier. I know Kieran is the same, we both agree on this. And in God tier is X. Like, nothing is getting better than X. It sits above the top 10 list. Just looking down on it, like, nothing's ever gonna beat X, so yeah. However, in that top 10 list, my number one coaster is Taron over at Phantasialand. I was not expecting that coaster to be anywhere near as good as it is. The amount of airtime you get on that thing. If you guys have seen the Phantasialand vlog, you'll see how shocked we all were after coming off of it for the first time. It's an incredible ride, and yeah, it well deserves my number one spot. Now, Chloe and Not Much over on Twitter ask, why do you love Thorpe Park so much? Why do you pick Thorpe Park over the majority of other theme parks? And as I previously mentioned, Thorpe Park is where it all began for me in terms of my love for theme parks. It's also my nearest park, so I'm able to get there really quickly. And also, honestly, Fright Nights plays such a big part in it for me because I love Fright Nights so much, and yeah, just Thorpe Park, I've got so many memories there. It's literally like my second home. Now, Alex and Jamie also have a similar question, which is, if you could go to one theme park in the world that you haven't already booked to go to, what would it be? I would have said Liseberg for this question, but I will be going there at some point this year, so I guess I can't say that. But the one big theme park that I would love to go to is Tokyo Disney Sea. It looks like an incredible park, like next level in comparison to most other theme parks. So yeah, Tokyo Disney Sea, and I'd probably say Cedar Point just because of the amount of rides and different rides that are there. Now over on Twitter, James asks, will you ever do any meetups? At the moment, I haven't got anything planned for that kind of thing. It would probably be at Thorpe Park, let's be honest. So yeah, let me know if you guys would be interested in that kind of thing, and we might be able to look into making it happen. I promise if I ever do a meetup, it won't be a, oh, come and meet the vlog stars kind of vibe. It'll be very chill, like we'll just go to Thorpe Park and hang out basically. So yeah, don't worry about that. Next up, we've got a question from the man himself over on Twitter, the Moss Machine, who asks, do you ever feel like a twat walking around theme parks with a camera in your face? Thanks for that question. Honestly, if you'd have asked me this about a year or 2 years ago, I probably would have said yes, because I used to be quite nervous vlogging, but now I'm used to it. Like, I really enjoy it, so no, I do not feel like a twat. I of course get a lot of funny looks, but at the end of the day, I'm making the videos for you guys, so yeah, it doesn't really bother me too much anymore. Next up, we've got a question from Owen, who asks, would you want to work in the industry? If so, what job would you like to do? I've got quite a few friends that work at theme parks, and they honestly seem to have so much fun at work, so I would definitely be down to perhaps work in the industry at some point in the future. My ideal job role would definitely be an actor at Halloween kind of thing. Everyone I know that works at a park says it's great fun, and yeah, definitely something that I can always consider and I will consider for the future. So for my final question in this Q&A, Toby over on Twitter asks, will you be going back to do another potential Thorpe out of season update along Monk's Walk before it opens? First of all, I don't know when this video is exactly being uploaded, but I am planning on heading to Thorpe Park on Saturday the 3rd of March to go and film a final construction update before the park opens 2018. However, currently in my area, and I think across the UK, there's been a lot of snow and it's due to get worse this week, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to get to the park on Saturday to film the update. Fingers crossed I'll be able to, and yeah, there will be one final construction update before the park opens. And yeah, after that video, March is going to be an insane month on this channel, guys. I'm going to be getting so many exclusive videos out for you guys in terms of the Walking Dead ride and Wicker Man, two brand new experiences where there are going to be videos on this channel before the rides are even open. I'm also going to be at Towers opening day as well as the Thorpe Park annual pass event. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be so sick. So many of you guys are going, and yeah, March is just going to be mad. If you guys have been watching since like Fright Nights, you'll remember how much hype there was in the build up to Fright Nights. I I've got a feeling March is going to be like that, and yeah, I cannot wait. And yeah, that brings us to the end of my first ever Q&A video. I'm very sorry if I have not answered your question. I tried to get through as many as I possibly could. If you guys are following me on Twitter, I would definitely let you guys know when I'm planning on doing my next Q&A. My Twitter is @J_Silkstone, so go give it a follow if you are not already. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, be sure to do so. Hit that bell icon to be notified every time I upload a video in March, because as I said, there's going to be some crazy videos coming this month and throughout the rest of 2018. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video, guys. Leave a thumbs up if you did. And otherwise, my name is JackSilkstone. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.